I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I'm
quick. Just got done. I woke up 3 a.m. I don't know. Someone told me to study Canelo, study Crawford. Crawford about to beat Canelo Alvarez. I'm letting y'all know right now, he about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez. Yes.
Bud versus Canelo, based on last fight, is a 50-50. So Canelo fights an undisputed champ, up-and-coming former champion, and an up-and-coming undefeated contender. And somehow those three last opponents are somehow compared to Bud's Madrimov fight, making it a 50.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything.
I really hate on it, but I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter.
Boxing world is talking. Everyone wants to know, can Terence Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez? Some experts believe Crawford is too small. Canelo is bigger, stronger, and used to fighting heavier guys. Crawford has never fought at 168 pounds.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down. You know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
big bank and get out. The big bank is who? Canelo. He will take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight better beat that. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he gets the win. Like,
this is a big jump, but others think Crawford has the skills to win. He is fast, smart, and can change his style. He beat Errol Spence Jr. easily. Some say he is the best boxer today. Canelo is a great champion. He has fought big names and won many titles, but some say he is slowing down. His last few fights were not as exciting. Crawford is fresh and hungry. Canelo has fought many tough opponents. He has power in both hands. He can take punches and keep moving forward. He has beaten top fighters like Gennady Golovkin, Sergey Kovalev, and Caleb Plant.
Crawford, you stick your hand in some shit you might not want to stick your hand in. So, who knows? It could be true, could not. But we seen the rumors, you know what I'm saying? If we get the fight, you know, I'm just gonna give it straight. I don't think Crawford's ready for this level of smoke. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Canelo's a different man.
The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, you know, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do.
First of all, I give Crawford all the credit in the world for even thinking about possibly fighting.
What I have to say to Canelo is this: you proved yourself already. You proved yourself. You fought a lot of.
He knows how to win big fights. He has experience in tough battles. Crawford is different. He is a switch hitter, meaning he can fight with both hands. He is good at defense and does not get hit much. He breaks opponents down round by round. He does not waste punches. Every move he makes is smart. The question is, can Crawford handle Canelo's power? Can he take punches from a bigger man?
Mike, I gotta say this. Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
He can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. You know, I don't think, what would he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. It's just that he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
You posted the other day There's a picture of you in a Rolls Royce, and you said, the quote is, "I can't remember how many of these I gave away." Tell me about that.
Yes, I don't know. Guess what? We used to having money. It's changed. Want to have money. You know, you're not accustomed to that shit, man.
Yeah, but not everybody's Mike Tyson. You're very generous. You're a genuine, nice person. Tillman told me that one time you lent him his car, he kept it for like 3 months or something.
I don't know, nigga, shit. Listen, if you have money and you can't help nobody with it, what's the purpose of having it?
If Canelo lands clean shots, will Crawford be able to keep fighting? No one knows for sure. At the same time, can Canelo deal with Crawford's speed? Can he catch Crawford if he moves around the ring? Will he be able to keep up if Crawford fights fast? These are questions too. Many fans argue about this fight. Some think Canelo's size will be too much. Others believe Crawford's skills will be the key.
I think Crawford don't get me wrong. He's a great fighter. But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight.
In boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, you know, his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody. And
Canelo versus Crawford, the biggest fight in the game.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like when you're looking at Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, this is the next thing beyond that.
Canelo versus Crawford, the biggest fight in the game.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like when you're looking at Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, this is the next thing beyond that.
I don't know if he's a better fighter than Canelo as far as, you know, the dynamic and the versatility he had, but I think Canelo's pressure and ability to cut off the ring is more, and he's bigger and stronger, and I think you know, there's a risk there for Crawford, but this is why you tune in, right? Crawford keeps doing the amazing, and you want.
It would be embarrassing for me to even ask for a fight with Terence Crawford, you know, with David Benavidez. Come on, you know, it's embarrassing, you know? It's like me trying to go to fight Usyk. Come on, bro, you know? It's a big...
All the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
Likelihood of a fight with you and Terence Crawford, it would be one of the biggest in boxing.
We're not talking about yet about the fight. Me and gonna know each other, and then we wanna.
The size is an issue. Canelo is way bigger. This fight's a 54. He's got 2 weight classes to broach in order to get to 168 to fight Canelo. But
what you would say is that Terence Crawford is coming up 2-3 weight classes, something like that. And this is an event.
Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason. Last question.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
Experts are divided. Some say it is a 50-50 fight. Others believe one fighter has the advantage. Money is another factor. Big fights bring big money. Fans would pay a lot to see this match. It would be a huge event. Boxing promoters will want to make this fight happen. Both fighters could earn millions. If the fight happens, it will be historic. 2 great champions facing each other, a true test of skill and power. Fans all over the world will be watching. Who will win? No one knows. But one thing is sure, it will be a fight to remember.
Don't want to say it's impossible for my boy Crawford, but it's one of those things where if he really wants to win against Canelo, he's going to need to do everything, you know. You're going to need to run uphill.
Does beat Canelo. Terence does beat Canelo. Terence does prove that he's a better fighter than Canelo. Now, whose era it was, it's kind of hard to do that for Bud because obviously Canelo was on top of the sport for much longer. He was able to get any fight that he wanted.
Terence Crawford, his name keeps coming up, and I know he's a lot smaller than you. Is that a fight that you would ever consider under any circumstance?
You know, I always say if the fight make
People say, oh, you're a Bud hater. Bro, I just remember Gamboa punching you in the face. I remember Velasquez dropping you. I remember Madrimov hitting you with overhand rights. Like, what the
I can't go down anymore. But you know, like he say, you know, when they ask him for the Germonta fight, they don't wanna get credit for that fight. It's the same for me. I don't need to take that fight because everybody's gonna say it's too small, it's too small, it's too small, and then, you know.
There is also the question of legacy. Canelo has already made history, winning titles in multiple weight classes. He has beaten some of the best fighters of his era.
Robert, what's a smart bet on Crawford-Canelo? Canelo by knockout or Canelo by decision?
Crawford by decision. And you have to bet.
Yes.
I say Canelo by decision. Crawford by decision. No, but you say Canelo by knockout or Canelo?
Yeah, no, because I'm saying that's what's going to happen. Canelo's going to beat him. But which one?
I don't know, man. Crawford is fucking gangster. I've always been saying, you know, I think Canelo at the end, you know, obviously his strength, his weight,
experience
probably takes over. But shit, I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford just fucking boxes and fights smart and beats him.
He's probably gonna be 40-1 underdog or something crazy like that, right? It's not gonna be close.
No, it's gonna be close.
3 weight class,
3-4-1. No crees?
Nah.
It's not gonna be that big of a difference. No.
When you pick the knockout, no. When you pick the knockout,
you pick a knockout. But if it's just
who wins straight out,
I think it's gonna be maybe 3-1, 4-1. Maybe that's too much. Maybe 2-1. Maybe 2
I don't think so.
I'm telling you.
So they finally announced Ryu's fight, Gary Russell. What do you think? Not easy fight. No easy fights at this level. It's gonna be. Finally, you guys will be the first time you ever go on a Tank fight, right? To work a corner.
We're a corner at Tank's fight.
Is Tank's the main event?
Yeah.
If he beats Crawford, it would add to his legacy as one of the greatest of all time. For Crawford, this fight is a chance to prove he can beat anyone, no matter the weight class. If he wins, he could become the face of boxing. He would show that skill and technique can overcome size and power.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did like almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing.
He's going to be able to do a little bit of that, but most of it's going to be all defense.
Yeah, and he's never been hit by a guy that...
Not like that.
I mean, and you got to think Canelo's...
I'm not even a fan of that fight. They're too many weight classes apart. And although the skills, Crawford is one.
Check out the projected odds that came out. One of the odds projectors say Canelo is opening up as the favorite, -130. Crawford is +100. That's damn near 50.
I think Canelo's gonna put the beats on him like Dr. Dre.
Do we get a knockdown from Canelo, or does Bud knock down Canelo?
Nah, Canelo's not going down. You could hit Canelo with a Louisville slugger. He's just gonna smile at you.
Both fighters have strong mental toughness. Canelo never backs down from a challenge. Crawford is confident in his abilities and always finds a way to win. This makes the fight even more interesting. Some say the fight will come down to strategy. Will Canelo try to pressure Crawford and land big shots?
I think a lot of Canelo fans, for some reason, they know that there's no excuse. If he loses to Bud, this is a huge mark on his resume. If he beats Bud, he does beat a very accomplished fighter in his era. But there's no ready-made excuses in this.
Will Crawford use his movement and speed to outbox Canelo? The styles of both fighters will determine how the fight plays out. In the end, fans just want to see a great fight. No matter who wins, it will be a night to remember. Boxing needs big fights like this to keep the sport exciting. If Crawford and Canelo step into the ring together, it could be one of the greatest fights in boxing history.